Hey guys, and welcome. We're going to start section B, 2022 paper, I guess. Um, question 16. Find the perimeter of the shape below. أنا عندي هنا shape نبي شنو نطلع perimeter تاع shape. Now, how can I do this? First, I have to know each side's length. يعني ضروري نعرف طول كل جهة فيهن. أنا عندي هذه 2, this one is 10, this one is 3, this one is 6, no problem. لكن I'm missing this side and this side. Now, to know the rest of the sides, I have to use the sides that I know so I can find them. Now, this one, it's opposite to this and this. So when I add them together, I'll get the length of this side, okay? So 6 and 2 will give me this side. هيجد كم ماذا معناها؟ هيجد 8. Good. هيجد 8 centimeters. I write it here. Make it smaller. Okay, so this one is 8 centimeters. Now, after finding this, let's take a look at the other one. اللي هو شنو؟ عندي هنا اللي هو 10 كامل. تمام؟ This one is 10. Let me make it blue. This one is 10. And this 10 is opposite to what? It's opposite to the 3 and this side. So how can we find the missing side? Very good. This time, we're not going to add لأن we have the big side. So we're going to do what? We're going to subtract. And go to 10 minus 3 حيعطيني هذا. So this one is what? Very good. This one is 7 centimeters. Okay, عرفت the two sides or two missing sides. After knowing the two missing sides, now I can find the perimeter of the shape. How do I find the perimeter? By adding all the numbers together. I'm going to add all of these together. So I'm going to say, I'm going to start with the 7. 7 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 10 here, and then plus 8 plus 8. تمام؟ هيجد معايا كام؟ I can use a calculator for this and I'll get the answer. So let me put it here. Okay, sorry. Now let's add it. So it's going to be 7 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 10 plus 8. هيجد معايا 36. Very good. 36. 36 what? The unit is centimeters. Very good. So it's going to be in centimeters. And this is how you answer this question. So first, كملنا sides. We finished all the sides. We found the missing sides by looking at what's in the opposite side of them. And after finishing them or finding them, we add all the sides together and we will get the perimeter of the shape. And this is how you answer question 16A. Now let's move on to another question. 16B. Calculate the size of the angle marked X in the kite below. أنا عندي هنا kite ونبي نطلع الانgle which is X. How can I find it? أول حاجة ضروري نعرف أن any quadrilateral أو any شكل رباعي يعني شكل فيه 4 زوايا مجموع زوايا كم مفروض؟ sum of angles ديما يقعد شنو 360 good. هذه معلومة ضروري نقدر نعرفها ديما أن الشكل لما يقعد فيه 4 زوايا معناه 360 معناه 360. I'm going to use this to find the missing angle. تمام؟ شنو عندنا هنا؟ عندي هنا 60 وهذه x اللي هي مانيش عارفها وهذه 110 وهذه حتى هي مانيش عارفها. I don't know this. But this shape is a kite. والمعلومة اللي أعرفها أنا the information that I know in a kite two angles which are opposite to each other are the same. كيف نعرفها؟ هنلاحظ أن السايد هذا this side here is the same as this side. تمام؟ And this side here is the same as this side. معناها الانجل اللي قاعدة between the different sides هن الإيكوال. يعني الانجل اللي قاعدة between different sides هذول قاعدة between different sides. هذا. So it means they are equal. يبقى opposite angles are the angles which are in between different sides. يعني هذه وهذه حيكون equal. معناها this one equals what? Very good. 110. لو أنا عرفت إن هذه 110 because it's opposite to this 110. هتجد 110. تمام. أنا عرفت إن هذه 110 وعارف إن هذه 110 وهذه 60. ما زال عندي one missing angle. So what do? I'm going to add all three together. نزيد الثلاثة مع بعضهم. And then subtract it from 360. باش تطلع لي x. معناها نقول له x equals what? 360 minus all of the angles added together. اللي هي 110. Sorry. Let's make it inside the bracket. Make it smaller so it fits. Not that small. Make it 21. Okay, عندي 110 عندك plus 110 again and then plus 60 باش تطلع لي الانسر. So it's equal to what? I can use a calculator with this question. يبقى شو درنا؟ بنركزوا على الخطوات. Steps. First step I did is finding the equal angles. وقلنا ال equal angles for kite هن ال angles اللي قاعدات between different sides. Between different sides. مش قاعدة اللي between same sides. Between the same sides are not equal to each other, the opposite ones. لكن between different sides, they are equal to each other. خلاص. And then I add them all together and subtract them from 360. So 110 plus 110 plus 60 minus 360 هيطلع نهاية. Very good. It's going to be 80. It's going to be 80. Good job. And this is how you answer a question like this. يبقى أول حاجة we found this angle by saying it's opposite and they are between two different sides. تمام? And then we add all the three angles together and subtract them from 360. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. Yeah. Okay, 17. Question 17. Question 17. Find the gradient of the line below. Find the gradient of the line below. I want you to focus on this because there are many steps in finding any line's gradient. Tamam. Let's see how do we do it in many different ways. The first way is what? The first way is finding a point on the line. Tamam. For example, this point. And then making a right angle triangle with another point. مثلا this point. Tamam. You can make it here. You can make it bigger. For example, مثلا نقدر نديرها من هنا لهنا. It will give me the same answer. تمام. I'll show you how. Let's do one in blue, one in red, so I can show you that it gives you the same answer. Any triangle or any right angle triangle will give you the same answer. Let's work on the red one الأول. بام. شنو قال لي؟ قال لي the gradient equals the rise divide the run. نقولوا rise. تمام. Let's make it in red so we can mean the red triangle. Rise divide run. شو معنى rise وشو معنى run؟ Rise means what? It means the vertical movement اللي هي the y movement. يعني كم عندي y. Rise معناها y. يعني y. والrun معناها شنو؟ معناها x. You run on the ground. You rise on top. تمام؟ يعني مثلا أنت لما تدير running تجري على الطاق على الأرض. You don't run in the sky. صح؟ And when you rise in the sky or in the air. خلاص معناها y divide x معناها. نجي نشوف الواي بالنسبه لشنو؟ بالنسبه لللاين الاحمر. تمام. ريد لاين. هنا حنلاحظ ان الواي بالنسبه للريد لاين how many boxes y هذا؟ how many؟ خلاص 2 هذينا 1 2 صح؟ يبقى 2 boxes. معناها نكتب هو عباره عن 2 divide كم؟ نشوف الاكس. الاكس كم هذينا كم box؟ very good they are 4. معناها 2 divide 4. خلاص معناها 2 divide 4 هذا بالنسبه شنو؟ الرايز على الرن. به 2 divide 4 لما نقسمها على بعضها حيطلع عندي الانسر 0.5. 0.5 هذا بالنسبه شنو؟ بالنسبه للريد تراينجل اللي انا درته. يبقى لما درت رايز اوفر رن بالريد تراينجل اللي هي الواي اوفر اكس اللي هي 2 divide 4 طلع معي كم؟ طلع معي 0.5. تمام؟ نجي للبلو 1 سيم ايديا حيعطيني سيم انسر. ليتس تشيك. نفس الفكره نشوف الرايز. الرايز بتاعي كم؟ هذينا 4 صح؟ والرن بتاعي كم؟ الرن بتاعي 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 اعطاني 8 boxes. معناها حنقول له 4 divide 8. حنقول له 4 make it in blue so you can know. حيكون 4 divide 8. تمام؟ same idea. 4 divide 8. I'll do it with a calculator. here ونشوفوا كم يطلع لي and the answer is 0.5. أعطاني same gradient because for lines, for a straight line, the gradient is always the same. مهما درت من triangles, the gradient is always the same. معناها عشان حندير أنا توا حنعطيه الانسر the gradient is 0.5. يبقى this is the first way of finding a gradient. هي divide the rise over the run. You'll study this in year 10. Rise divide by run يعطيك الجريدينت all the time. تمام. والرايز قلنا هي الواي موفمنت اللي هي الفيرتيكال لاين، والرن هي الاكس موفمنت هي الهوريزونتال line. And whatever size you make with a triangle, it will give you the same answer. تمام. هذا بالنسبة للidea الأولى. Now let me show you the other idea اللي هي حكينا عليها في year 8. هي definition of a gradient. شو معنى الجريدينت؟ Let's remove these and I'll give you the other one. قلنا ان الجريدينت هو شنو؟ انك تجي على any point on the line and you go one positive x، يعني you go this way. تمام؟ المفروض تمشي this way all the time، تمشي one positive x، يعني تمشي one box positively. تمام؟ and then you try to go back to the line. You try to go back to the line from this point. لما انت بترد اللاين رديتها right؟ how many boxes did you go back؟ هنا الايديا بتاعك how many boxes؟ هتلاحظ ان هذا half a box. half a box معناه الجريدينت هو 0.5 اللي هي الهاف. تمام. same idea same answer. يبقى you can use any idea. You can use the triangle idea. Draw a triangle, divide the rise over the run, or you can go one positive x and then go back to the line because you went up it's positive معناها هذا positive. تمام. لانك انت مشيت up هذا positive ومشيت half a box معناها 0.5 لكن عادة البوزيتيف ما يكونش فيها. But if you write it, it's okay. That's it for this question. I hope you understood the idea of the gradient. Now let's move on to another question. And remember here, some people confuse themselves by going to the opposite way. هذه غلط. This one is wrong. Always go to the right way. اللي هي شنو؟ هذه wrong. تمام. When you go to the opposite way, it's wrong. Always go to the right way. اللي هي وين؟ اللي هي positive way. تمام. Always go to the positive way. This is right. Okay. And then go one box and then try to go back to the line. You go up, it's positive. Half a box minus 0.5. That's it for this question. Let's move on to another one. تمام. On the axis above, draw the line x equals 2. تو نحن حنرسم line اللي هو x equals 2. x equals 2. x equals 2 شو معناها؟ نجي للx axis اللي هو وين؟ هذا الx axis. نجي نشوف 2 وين قاعدة فيه. 2 حنلاحظ انها قاعدة here. هذه 2. معناها x ديما equals 2. كيف x equals 2 ديما؟ نجي لللاين هنا هذه البوينت. اوكي. هذه x equals 2 صح؟ خلاص نجي ندير لاين هوريزونتال للواي اكسس اللي هو هيك. هذا هو x equals 2. لأن when you look at the coordinates on the points أي point هنا x فيها 2. أي تمام. هذه هي الايديا. هنا x is 2 هنا x is 2 هنا x is 2 هنا x is 2. Any point on the line x equals 2. هذه الايديا of x equals 2. So this is the line x equals 2. تمام. And that's it for this question. Let's move on to another question. Okay, B, we did it. Now let's move on to 18. Okay. Question 18. A man shares $100 between his son and his daughter in the ratio of 9 to 7. How much more does his son receive than his daughter؟ يعني بيعرفوا كم الفلوس اللي ياخذ فيهن ولده أكثر من بنته. تمام؟ كم الفلوس اللي ياخذ فيهن ولده أكثر من بنته. Now the first thing I do is what؟ نبي نعرف شنو؟ نبي نعرف الفلوس اللي ياخذوا فيهن كل واحد منهم. معناها نقول له son مثلا sorry daughter صح؟ تمام. عرفنا ان son ودوتر. الصن كم الريشيو بتاعها اللي هو 9 وhis daughter 7. تمام. هو يبي يعرف الفلوس اللي ياخذ فين ولده اكثر. تمام. First thing I do is what? First thing I do is add the ratios. I'm going to add the ratios together. 9 plus 7 كم يطلع معايا؟ 9 plus 7 هيطلع very good 16. Now I'm going to take the 100 divided by 16 divided by 16 ونشوف كم يطلع لي. So 100 let's put it here. يبقى أول حاجة زدنا الريشيوز مع بعضهم تو بنقسموا full number or whole number on 16 on 16 yes. تمام. So 100 divided 16 will give me the number that I can use to find the answer. Now here as a fraction like this, then equals, I go to the calculator. So 100 divided 16 هيطلع معايا 6.25. تمام. 6.25 هذا هو النمبر اللي طلع معي. تمام. هذا هو النمبر اللي طلع معي. ناخذ النمبر هذا من division ما قلنا because this is the whole number. اللي بكم تركزوا على ال questions like this because this one might not be the whole number. كيف عرفت انه هو whole number؟ هو الفلوس كلهن اللي قسمهن بين his son and his daughter. مرات يقول لك اعطاه his son $100. فانا become focus on the questions لان they are different. يبقى لما يقول لك $100 كلهم you want to share them معناها تقول لا we add the ratios, we divide the total number on the ratios, we take this number and then we multiply it by these. I multiply it by the 7 to know how much the daughter takes and multiply it by the 9 to know how much money the son takes. خلاص هنقول له 6.25 multiplied by 9 يطلع معايا 56.25. 56.25. هذين الفلوس اللي ياخذ فيهن من؟ ياخذ فيهن the son. تمام. وبعدين بالنسبة للدوتر نقول له same idea. I'll multiply them by 7. هيطلع معايا his daughter takes 43.75. تو عرفت أنا الفلوس اللي تاخذ فيهن البنية his daughter وعرفت الفلوس اللي ياخذ فيهن his son. Now I'm gonna subtract them لأنه هو قال لي how much more does his son receive than his daughter. I'm gonna subtract these. هنقول له 56.25 minus 43.75 and the answer will be 56.25 minus 43.75 equals 12.5 or 50 cents. Okay, and this is the difference between them, the 12.50. Okay, and this is how you answer a question like this. يبقى من جديد he shares 100 معناها هذا total number. معناها I'm gonna follow these steps. I'm gonna add the ratios. I'm gonna take the total number divided by the ratio total and then take the number multiply it by the 7 اللي هي for his daughter and by the 9 for his son. لما ندير multiplying حيطلع كل واحد كم ياخذ فيه money. هذا ياخذ فيه 56.25 هذا 43.75. I subtract them, I will get the difference between them or how much more his son takes. And that's it for this question. Let's move on to the other one. Question 19. Focus on this, okay? A group of students is made up of boys and girls. Each student gets a red pen or a green pen. The two-way table below shows how many students get red pens or green pens. يعني هنا عندي two-way table يوريك الواحد كم ياخذ. First thing, complete the table. Let's complete the table and then we will talk about the other questions. تمام? Wait, let's put it like this so we can see the question. First, let's complete the table together. أنا عندي boys 9 والtotal بتاعهم 17. معناها كم حيقعد هنا؟ Very good. It's gonna be 8. تمام؟ أنا عندي 9 and 13 which is 22 together. Good. Now here 22 and what gives you 36? معناها I'm gonna subtract them. 36 minus 22 هيطلع معايا 14. Good. And then هنا 8 plus what equals 14? Very good. 8 equals 6. And then 13 plus 6 equals 19. Very good. 19. Come back here. 19. Okay. First thing we did, we complete the table. We got the 2 marks. That's good. Now, let's finish the question. One boy is selected at random. After he said one boy. is selected at random. ما قالش one of the kids is selected at random والله one of the students is selected at random. معناها حنشتغلوا على البويز. معناها التوتال بتاعي كم؟ البويز التوتال بتاعهم 17. good. معناها نبي كم تركزوا على الحاجات هذين. In questions of probabilities you have to focus on the question. He said one boy is selected at random. We know it's a boy but we don't know the probability. So what is the probability that he has a red pen? What is the probability that he has a red pen? That's easy. So we look at the boys, all of them are 17, and the ones who got red pens are 9. So the probability will be what? Very good. It's going to be 9 over 17. That's the idea. Get it? يبقى من جديد. Why did we pick 17? Because they said one boy. We know it's a boy. معناها we're going to work on the total of the boys. مامو ما عادش نشتغلوا على الجيرلز خلاص ولا total كلها. نشتغلوا على total of the boys بس. لأن he said we know it's a boy. تمام. And then how many of them got red pens? We will look at the table اللي هو two-way table. هنلقى البويز red pens اللي هم 9 معناها 9 over 17. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to another question. Question C, I think. Same question. All the students complete 2 tests. The tree diagram below shows the probability that a student passes each of the tests. The student passes each of the tests. أنا عندي test 1 وأنا test 2. تمام. وأنا عندي probabilities. Let's make them bigger. Like this. Yes, you can see them. أنا test 1, test 1, test 2, test 2, test 2, test 2. The tree diagram below shows the probability that a student passes each of the tests. Okay, good. Pass, test 1, test 2. Okay, good. These are the probabilities. Work out the probability that a student passes exactly one of the 2 tests. One of the 2 tests. هذه important. معناها exactly one of the 2 tests. ما حددش هو passes the first one or the second one. معناها we're going to work on both probabilities. شو معناها كلام هذا؟ passes one test معناها pass, fail. والله fail, pass. So we're going to follow these 2 paths. نبيكم تركزوا معي هنا. يبقى passes one test only معناها شنو؟ معناها pass the first one and fail the second one. Wait, let's do it like this. معناها pass and then fail. أول حاجة نشتغل عليها pass وبعدين fail. تمام؟ And then we're going to work on what? On fail and then pass. هذه الidea. يبقى pass and then fail بعدها pass and then whatever we get here we will add it to whatever we get here. But first we're going to work on pass fail. Pass fail حنمر بشنو probabilities حنمر بهذه. We will have this and we will have this. What do I do? لأن هذين dependent events. They are what? Dependent. يعني يعتمدن على بعضهم. يعني we went ليش عدينا من الفعل هنا؟ لأن we went from the past. معناها يعتمدن على بعضهم. They are dependent. What do we do to them? Very good. We multiply them. We're gonna multiply them. معناها first we multiply these. Get the answer. معناها ناخذ 7 over 9 multiplied by 3 over 10. شنو حيطلع معايا؟ I'll put the answer here. 7 over 9 multiplied by 3 over 10. You can use a calculator. هتقول لا 7 over 9 times 3 over 10 هيطلع معايا 7 over 30. 7 over 30 اللي هي نفسها كم؟ اللي هي نفسها sorry 7 over 30 اللي هي نفسها 21 over 90. Same idea. تمام. Because when you do it with a calculator, it will be what? Simplified. Very well. Let's do it 21 over 90. عادي. We can do it 7 over 30 عادي. Same idea. So this is the idea of the first one. يبقى أول حاجة قلنا what is the probability of someone passing one test. معناها ينجح في واحد من التست بس امتحان واحد. بس ما حددليش هل هو الأول ولا الثاني. معناها حنشتغل على both of them. تمام؟ نشتغل on both of them. أول حاجة نشتغل على pass بعدين fail. طلع عندي هذه وهذه نضربها في بعضهن يطلع معايا ال probability هذه. هذه ال probability of what? Of passing بعدها failing. تو نشتغل على شنو؟ على ال probability of fail and then pass. fail and then pass. لما نعدي fail and then pass حنلاحظ ان هذه وهذه جن معايا. شو ندير لهن؟ same idea. I'm gonna multiply them. Same idea. I'm gonna multiply these probabilities. لما نضرب 2 over 9 by 7 over 10, I can use a calculator by the way, no problem. حيطلع معايا 14 over 90. 14 over 90. هتقعد 14 over 90 like this. Huh? 14 over 90. So like this. خلاص قاعد عندي fraction اللي فوق هذا اللي هو pass بعدين fail واللي لوطة fail and then pass. خلاص. Now, why did I multiply here? I multiplied because these are dependent. They depend on each other. These are dependent events. The red ones depend on each other. The blue ones depend on each other. بعد عشان هندير هناخذ البروبابيلتي اللي طلعت لي هذه والبروبابيلتي اللي طلعت لي هذه I'm gonna add them together. Why am I adding? لأنهم independent. لأنهم ما يعتمدونش على بعضهم. لأن the red line and the blue line they don't depend on each other. This is very important guys. You have to focus on the probabilities في وحدات dependent وحدات independent. اللي قاعدات في same line هذينا dependent. اللي قاعدات في same line. واللي قاعدات في different lines هذينا independent. Now, independent events, you have to add them. لكن dependent, you have to multiply them. خلاص, I'm going to add both of these, 21 على 90 and 14 على 90. هتطلع الانسر كاملة اللي هي 35 over 90. I'll do it as a fraction like this. So the answer is 35 over 90. Let's make it bigger so we know what's the answer. This. Well, the answer will be 35 over 90. Let's make it like this. يبقى من جديد شو درنا؟ هو قال لي what's the probability of the one person passing one test. معناها pass وبعدين fail. ولأن ما حددليش الأول ولا الثاني معناها حنشتغل حتى على fail بعدين pass. pass بعدين fail حنلاحظ أن هذين probabilities اللي عندي. حنضربهم في بعضهم يطلع لي this number. And then fail and then pass ناخذها نضربها في بعضها يطلع لي this number. At the end I'm gonna add both of these اللي هن طلع لي من هذه وهذه and I'll get 35 over 90 and this is the answer of question 19C. Now let's move on to another question. Question 20. Let's zoom in so you can see it. The first term of a sequence is 11. يعني أول رقم كم؟ 11. تمام. The term to term rule is subtract 4. يعني القاعدة بتاعي subtract 4. What is the fifth term of the sequence? يبقى الرقم كم؟ الخامس. يبقى الرقم الخامس. I can put them next to each other بشوية بشوية لعند ما نوصل للfifth. تمام؟ So the first number is 11. I'll put 11. Each time I subtract 4. نركز عليها النقطة هذه. أنا each time I do what? This is the difference. هيكون 4. Subtract 4. معناها هنقول له 11 minus 4 كم تطلع؟ Very good. 11 minus 4 هتقعد 7. معناها نكتب له 7. I can do the steps. نكتب له مثلا أنا like this. Let's do it in steps. First number is 11. Let's put it like this. Make it smaller. 11 minus 4 هتطلع 7. وبعدين 7 minus 4 equals 3. وبعدين 3 minus 4 لأنه هو بالخامس. أنا عندي الأول 11 ثاني 7 ثالث 3 الرابع 3 minus 4 equals minus 1 وبعدين minus 1 minus 4 equals minus 5. هيك أنا عندي the 4 sequences وعندي الأول هذا الثاني الثالث رابع خامس هو يبقى الخامس معناه it's negative or minus 5. And this is how I answer question like this. يبقى كيف قلنا إن بما أن the first one is 11 ونحن كل مرة نقصه في 4 خلينا 11 نقصنا 4 طلعنا الثاني معناها هي sequence كم 11 وبعدها 7 بعدها 3 بعدها minus 1 بعدين minus 5 معناها الخامس كم اللي هو يبي the fifth is minus 5 and this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. B. A different sequence has the nth term اللي هو هذا 3n minus 7. Find the first 4 terms of the sequence. يبي أول 4 أرقام بالسيكونس وهذا هو ال nth term. Let me show the work here وبعدين نشتغلوا عليها. نحن عارفين إن n هي شنو؟ هي الترتيب بتاعها. معناها الأول n equals 1 صح؟ هذه الايديا اوف n. n هي الترتيب بتاع شنو؟ بتاع التيرمز. n equals 1 بعدين n equals 2 بعدين n equals 3 وبعدين n equals 4. هنا 4 وحدة. تمام؟ تمام نرد ال n equals 1. I'll make a line here. خلاص نرد ال n equals 1. حنلاحظ في السيكونس هذه شنو؟ 3n minus 7. معناها حنقول له 3 مضروبة ب 1 وبعدين minus 7. هيك الطريقة بتاعها. يعني ناخذ 1 نحطها مكان شنو؟ مكان ال n. نضربها في 3 تطلع 3 minus 7 تقعد minus 4. I can use a calculator with this. تمام؟ الثانية same idea. هنقول لا نفس الايديا لكن شنو؟ different number. Let me do it like this. Copy. Paste. I'll change the numbers. Paste. Paste. Now let's change the numbers. هذه تمام. هنا حنحط كم؟ حنحط 2 لأن n equals 2 وهنا n equals 3 وهنا n equals 4. Very good. Now كيف ما قلنا n equals 2 معناه 3 في 2 3 في 2 ب 6 ناقص 7 تقعد minus 1. And then 3 في 3 9 ناقص 7 تقعد 2. And then 3 في 4 12 minus 7 تقعد 5. And these are the 4 terms of a sequence. نجي نكتبهم هنا حنقول له minus 4 بعدين minus 1 بعدين 2 بعدين 5. And this is how you answer a question like this. Now let's move on to the next question. نركزوا على nth term. نركزوا على القوانين هذينا وكيف نشتغل بهن هذه الطريقة. تمام. n equals 1 هو الترتيب بتاعهن. وحدة وحدة نلقى روحي شنو نشتغلهن كلهم. تمام. That's it for this question. Let's move on to another question. Question C. Okay. We still have 6 minutes. I don't think it's possible to do this. Yes, it's not possible to do this. But we're going to stop the video here and then take 3 minutes break and then come back and do question C together, okay? Don't go anywhere. We'll be back.